Hello and welcome to the Reinforcement Learning track at the Microsoft Research Summit. I'm Katja Hofmann, Senior Principal Researcher here at Microsoft Research. I'm based in Cambridge in the UK, where I lead a team that works on deep reinforcement learning for games. In the last decade, reinforcement learning has grown from being a niche area of AI research to something encountered regularly in the machine learning research community. Although still in its early stages, reinforcement learning has progressed quickly over the last few years, to a point where techniques have achieved a promising ability to learn in environments where flexibility and ingenuity are key and where we are seeing exciting real-world applications. Whether it's on the chessboard, in personalized online systems, in robotics, with virtual assistants, or in open-world games like Minecraft, reinforcement learning can play a transformative role in AI's ability to navigate changing environments, make complex decisions, and provide collaboration and support to people as we continue the momentum towards applying reinforcement learning for real-world impact. Microsoft Research has been at the forefront of this space, with a unique approach to reinforcement learning, spanning labs in Redmond, Cambridge, New York City, New England, Montreal, and Asia. Each lab specializes in specific aspects of reinforcement learning, with the benefit of a global perspective and collaboration across labs. And we also have exciting opportunities to work with product teams to understand how this technology can make a difference in real-world applications. Taking this approach, we've developed pioneering projects to make a real difference. Some of the first real-world reinforcement learning applications have come out of Microsoft. The Azure Personalizer Service, spearheaded in the New York lab, logistics and supply chain applications explored by my colleagues in Microsoft Research Asia, and the industrial control applications developed by the Autonomous Systems Group, for example. We also continue to drive progress towards new applications. Two areas of interest here include gaming and enabling genuine human-AI collaboration. Today, you'll hear about several directions for research that show the progress reinforcement learning has made, from fundamental theory to application, and how present real-world challenges can inform new research insights. Today's topics will offer perspectives into how we bridge the gap between current methods and the ability to innovate and unlock new reinforcement learning applications in the future. One path we've taken at Microsoft Research is to lay a strong foundation for reinforcement learning methods, both in theory and practice. We'll begin today's talks with a keynote from Microsoft Partner Research Manager John Langford, who will discuss how we can get from where we are today, burgeoning systems and deployments that have a real impact in specific areas, to a more universal type of reinforcement learning that can be applied for all sorts of real-world applications. Another direction we're focusing on is reinforcement learning for human-oriented AI. This means we are framing our thinking about this area around how reinforcement learning can create AI that better supports and cooperates with humans in real-world tasks. The first half of today's talks will focus on human-AI collaboration using reinforcement learning and will include lightning talks on learning from human preferences, safe reinforcement learning, and learning to navigate and play chess in more human-like ways. Following these talks, I am especially looking forward to my fireside chat with Principal Researcher Siddhartha Sen, which will be moderated by Ashley Lawrence, who is Vice President, Distinguished Scientist, and Managing Director of Microsoft Research Outreach. There, we'll get a chance to dive deeper into the exciting opportunities around creating more human-like and human-compatible AI agents. Not only does the real world act as a foundation for our research, it also acts as an aspiration for the future of reinforcement learning. In this way, we need to keep in mind the end goal of how reinforcement learning can help AI accomplish tasks in specific areas. In industry, for example, many tasks will require agents that learn safely and from limited data. In his talk, Tian Liu, Assistant Managing Director and Lead of Machine Learning at Microsoft Research Asia, will share deep insights from his team about key challenges for reinforcement learning in applications like logistics and supply chain management, and how they drive the work of his team on continual offline reinforcement learning, a new framework that has helped to solve problems in those domains. Robotics is an area where reinforcement learning agents are being physically manifested in the real world, But our aspirations for applications here also illustrate some of the challenges we are working to overcome with reinforcement learning research. In a scenario where a robot needs to learn a complex task from a human, for example, it will need to learn to do so quickly, safely, and efficiently from just a few demonstrations. The Project Dexter team will share their research agenda and insights on how powerful deep learning models can achieve effective learning by using offline reinforcement learning approaches, for example. In other words, to make reinforcement learning agents able to interact with and learn from humans, they need to rely on less data as well as more varied types of data. Another set of sessions for the day will focus on work in generalization and representation learning, which can help us find ways to improve AI learning methods from imperfect and noisy signals, whether that be in robots gaining skills from humans to accomplish a real-world task, AI-controlled in-game characters that adjust better to human players to make a game more enjoyable, or industrial control scenarios where AI would interact with humans on a daily basis. We'll wrap up the day with thoughts from a distinguished panel of internal and external speakers who will discuss recent trends and future opportunities for reinforcement learning. This is an exciting time for this research area and emerging applications, with so much potential to shape how AI interacts with humans in the future. We're glad to have you join us as we explore its trajectory.